HEYYITSSABII, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please subscribe. I would also like to welcome myself back to my channel because it's been a while. If you haven't seen it already, a couple years ago I completely resprayed my van myself, total lazy girls DIY, and it came out really well, I'll be honest, but 2 years down the line there are some chips, there's some new rust, and we need to freshen things up. I kind of decided to do this on a whim, so I got everything delivered next day and did not check the weather. I will be respraying outside and it's just started to rain, so hopefully it's only gonna be raining for maybe like, I don't know, just not very long, and then the van can dry and I can get started. I gave the van maybe like 4 washes, because you know when you wash it the first time and you're just kind of ending up washing it with its own dirt. That's kind of where we were at with that. I'm thinking the process will be another Lazy Girls DIY because I cannot be fucked to take grills off or masking tape things, so instead I just got other tools to help me stay lazy. The plan that I have is to sand down all the areas that really need it, like it's completely chipped off the pink spray and you can see the blue. Really sand that down, try and sand down any kind of rusty spots as much as I can. They will get dealt with properly at a later date, but for now we are just dealing with the aesthetics of it all. And then just lightly sand the whole pink zone, and give it kind of a once over, but really focusing on the areas that really need it. And then I can go in with the clear gloss and protect what is there, because like I say, some rust has come through, and in the meantime, before it gets dealt with properly, there's no harm in trying to protect it a little so it doesn't get worse. I'm gonna just run through the bits that I've got. I got everything this time and last time from a website called Graph City, which, as the name shows, it is for graffiti. I got some special mixed nozzle sizes. Nozzles? Yeah, mixed nozzles. So, oh fuck. So any like tiny little corners that a professional or a generically averagely good smart person would tape up, I don't have to, and I can just use a teeny weeny little nozzle and spray it. In my head, that is me going around the headlights. I don't know if it actually tells, oh it does, tells me which each thing is. They're color coded. Fat gold, fat white pink, flat jet cap, oh, needle. Yeah, there is a lot to work with here. Obviously I have my sandpaper. I don't have an electric sander, so I'm just going to be doing it by hand. Before I sand anything or paint anything at all, I really want to show you how the paint job I did 2 years ago, well, 2 years and a month ago, has fared. So while we wait for the rain to dry off, let's take a look at how the paint job has lasted so far. We'll start with the front, and quite clearly you can see where some bits have chipped off. To be honest, some of this had masking tape over it and that's why it's still blue, and then clearly in here you can see it's been chipped and there's bits that have raised from the rust that I just want to try and sand down as best I can. And once again you can see the little chipped bits, which I will be using my teeny tiny nozzle for. Oh wow, not the best. I also want to make a point to say that I washed this thing well, I already said I washed it like at least 4 times, and so any dirt that's left has earned its place. Another thing that happened, which I have no explanation for, is these lines. It's not dirt, it's like permanent dirt. I don't know how to explain it. Ugh, rust sucks, but we do what we gotta do. Oh god. Oh god. Please ignore the horrendous rust that needs to get fixed. It will get fixed. Also, lost both my hubcaps on this side, but the other side they're fine. So yeah, that's great. That is great. Anyway, carrying on. More chips. And then if you actually also note down here on the sills, I mean, not too bad actually, to be fair, but again, just needs freshening up. Need to get rid of all that blue that's left, and the black spots are where I have had rust dealt with previously, just FYI. So this, again, if you've seen the previous video of me respraying, you'll know that I just taped up the plaques that were on here. I didn't realise you could remove them, but now I know. And I will be spraying them properly. This side honestly isn't that bad at all. We've got obviously a black bit to go over where some rust was dealt with. We've got this little bit. When I finished the respray, I went to put fuel in. I whacked this immediately on the way home. So that will be getting sanded down and topped up as well. It is very windy. I just want to out myself here, just to be really transparent and show you a little mistake that I made the first time round. So this is what happens when you spray over the masking tape and you don't realise, because you're doing it in the middle of the night in January in the pitch black. So I've got a white that I'm gonna focus on any pink that has come up. Thank God this never shows in photos, but yeah, this was a big mistake on my part. Just like that, she is primed. I actually found the little needly point nozzle really runny. I thought it'd be really handy for the tiny little corners, but it wasn't. So I'm instead, for little bits like this, as you can see, it just went everywhere. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to tape up the handles just to make sure that I just don't do a shit job. It is day 2. I had to give up on painting yesterday because it started to rain, which was really disappointing, but it's better to do it right than to have a really bubbly, disgusting paint job because you've done it in the rain. I was hoping that I'd be able to start fresh today and finish everything off, but even though it's not raining, it is unbelievably windy, and I'd be stupid to even try to spray paint in this weather. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that today, but I am going to make the most of it and head to Wix and pick up a mask, because you probably noticed I wasn't wearing one in the last few clips. Not because I was being lazy, but because I literally just forgot. I'm also going to get some black spray to take off the grills on the front and give them a refresh too. I wasn't going to do that, and I did get some pink on them, but they need it anyway, so no harm done. So let's head to Wix. It's another day. Still ridiculous levels of wind, but I'm gonna get the grills off and maybe paint the front. I don't know, it's just really windy. I don't want to fuck up. I probably do have a screwdriver in my toolbox, but I'm not sure. So first I'm going to try 2 varying thicknesses of teaspoon and see if that works. It works. I did find a little screwdriver to do the little ones in here though, because the teaspoon didn't fit in there. We are ready to do the front. You know what, it may not seem like much, but every time I do a van DIY and I use my tools and just doing stuff that I wouldn't have done before, by the way, chorus in there, I'm just really proud of myself. It really great for my confidence. So while I wait for the first grill, the little one, to touch dry so I can throw it into the van, and then I can do this one, I just put the first coat on the front, and I don't think it will need much more. I don't actually have many paint cans left. I only have one full one left, and whatever is in the one I'm currently using, which I don't think is much. In spite of the weather, it's coming on very nicely. What do you think, babes? No interest. Just like that, the grills are done. Can't even begin to describe to you how much spray paint is in my eyes. I'm doing a kind of test swatch of the white because my one fear was that it wouldn't match the white it currently is, and clearly, wet, that is exactly the case. See how it dries and go from there. It's another day and the pink is done. I'm going to varnish the whole thing today. I've also put the grills back on and they look really good, they look really fresh. I just want to share my plan for the mismatched white situation that we have going on. So I'm just gonna do the back. I'm just gonna do the boot panel. I'm not gonna do the rest. That's too much hassle. I don't have the time, I don't have the funds, I don't have the equipment to do all of that, so I'm not gonna. What I've done with any bits of pink that had blown over on the panels that I'm not spraying white, I just sanded it off. I just sanded off the pink, and it's going to get a coat of varnish on top to protect the fact that I have sanded down the white a little bit. Oh my god, I can finally say that I'm done. I'm so pleased with it. Let me actually show you the back first. I can imagine all you can hear is wind. As you can see when I'm close up, it's obviously a very different colour, but I kind of blended it up so I didn't have to do the top. and I feel like it looks pretty good. I just want to be really clear that all the dirt on the high top is strangely permanent, and I was not respraying the whole high top. I'm really pleased with it. I feel like it looks really fresh. All those horrible lines are gone. Last but not least, probably the prettiest side out of the whole thing, because the hubcaps are there. Yeah, I'm just really chuffed. I feel like a really good indicator of how long this process actually took me from start to finish is how often my hair and face has changed throughout. This is by no means a tutorial, by the way, but I mean, if this inspires anyone who is debating whether they wanted to spray their van or the car or anything, then I feel like that's really cool. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!